So in this video, we'll quickly look at the scale function. This is a good shortcut or a good built-in function to scale and standardize your any given set of observations. So we'll start with our diabetes data set, and for each of these columns, if there is a need to standardize the observations, so we probably have to do that as per central tendencies, right? So essentially, it would be the median, mode, or mean, and the scale function would allow us a good shortcut to essentially scale each observation by the standard deviation, and option for that is scale is equal to true. When I specify scale as true, it will scale the observation by the standard deviation for each column or each variable. And similarly, for centering is essentially getting it relative to the central tendency. In this case, the central tendency is assumed to be mean. And when I specify center is equal to true and scale is equal to true, that means each observation would be from each observation, mean of that particular variable would be subtracted. So if I'm taking, let's say, for example, age as one of the variables, so I would calculate the mean of age, and mean of age would be subtracted from each of the age value, and similarly for the second, third, and fourth, and so on. So each observation under each column or variable would be centered by the central tendency, in this case mean of that particular column. And once it is centered, I could also choose to scale it with respect to the variance, or specifically standard deviation. So that's how we do scaling. So in this case, I just have to specify this as true. This is case sensitive. So this is how we can scale the observations. If I specify scale as false, then it will only center. That means it will not be scaled by the standard deviation. And similarly, we could try other combinations. So I could keep the scale as true, and I can keep the center as false. And in this case, it will scale it by the root mean square error, which may or may not be the same as scaling by standard deviation. So that's another option which is available for scaling. And since the central tendency is mean, one might wonder, how I would do that if I have to use median. And in that case, a good way would be just to use an apply function, and I would pass on the data frame and choose column. And for each column, I will calculate the median. So to calculate the median, I will have to pass on that particular function, and this will allow me to use the median instead of mean. That's one way of changing the central tendency that needs to be used for centering a given set of observations.